Well, good day. I'm very glad to see you. Let's start our lesson. But first of all, let's see who is on duty today. Well, Arman, please. All right. What do you say? What can you say about the weather today? Okay, well, thank you. Thank you. Now let's, first of all, let's watch a video and then you will know what are we going to speak about today.
Generation Z is a generation of free thinkers.
The generation after the millennials, like mid-1990s to early 2000s.
Very accepting.
Tech savvy.
Technologically advanced and socially inept.
Instant gratification. Connected to social media.
We do share a gross amount of information online.
It feels so self-absorbed to be like, everyone needs to know what's going on with me.
I mean, today's generation, they're like full-time brand managers, personal life and professional life. Twitter, I feel like it's much more instantaneous. I feel like Facebook is full of stories that are like paragraphs and essays that I hate reading.
We're all on our phones. Like, we're with each other, but we're not with each other because we're on social media.
My mom doesn't like Snapchat or any of those social media sources. She'd much rather talk on the phone or talk to someone face to face, where now I feel like a lot of people, our generation, are uncomfortable with that.
My parents were very traditional. They kind of question, like, when I go to interviews, why do you dress like so casually? We want to dress like we're very approachable. We want to be like. We are not judged by our professions anymore. My parents' generation, they would move up through their talent.
Okay. What is the theme of our lesson? Generation Z, and what are we going to do today? Today, let's see the aims of our lesson. First of all, just a moment. The theme of our lesson is Generation Z, and the aims of our lesson, let's see, to talk about everyday items connected with the technology, discuss the description of Gen Z in the article, ask and answer questions about the text, given your own opinion about screenagers, and distinguish between defining and non-defining relative clauses. Well, and at the end of the lesson, you should complete self-assessment card, as you see. Sorry. Self-assessment card on your aims. Well, and now, first of all, let's divide into groups. Please come here and take cards. For what? You should choose a card with a word and find out a pattern to make a phrase connected with everyday item. If you have a card with number 1, you are in the first group. If it is number 2, you will be in the second group. Please come up and choose the cards. Let's come. Choose your cards and choose your partner. Discuss the description, definition of this. Well, come up, all of you. Well, let's see what everyday items have you got. Well, the first one, Dasha, who is your partner? Who is your partner?
My partner is Sonia.
Sonia, and your word?
Keyboard.
So, give the description of this word. What is keyboard?
A keyboard is a device used to type things into a computer, for example, type in words, phrases.
Okay, well, thank you. Uliana? No?
Yeah.
And what word?
Webcam.
Webcam. What is webcam? Is it a device? Yes, making photos or videos. Okay. Well, Ruslan? Coffee machine. So what is it? To make coffee. Okay. Well, Madina.
Her word is digital camera. This device can make pictures and video shoots.
Okay, well, Arman?
Just vacuum cleaner.
Vacuum cleaner. Yes, what is it? With vacuuming. Yes, okay. Okay, well, thank you. And Dima, have you got a partner? No partner? Alone, but what word? What item? Processor. Do you know what is a processor? Okay. Well, now look at the whiteboard and see these everyday items and other variants. And which of these everyday items do you use most? And which do you use never and why? You may discuss with each other and explain. For example, washing machine. Do you use washing machine most? Or no? Well, Madina.
This I use mobile phones and suppose digital camera. Very rarely I use USB hub, vacuum cleaner.
Well, your group, please.
We usually use also headphones, then phones, desk, and also personally I use Razor and coffee maker.
Okay. And how do you think? What about your parents? How often do they use these items? And what are they? What items do they use most? And what items do they never use? Dasha.
I think they use mostly the same items as me, and mom may use more of remote control or washing machine than me. But in general, all the same.
Okay. Can you add something? Do you want to add something, please? Alifan, what do you think? As for your parents.
To make coffee every day.
To make coffee every day. So what about vacuum cleaner? Is it necessary item and who use it mostly? You or your parents? Both. Okay, well, thank you. Right. Well, now let's check your home task. Your home task was to read an article, Generation Z, a generation of screenagers. But first of all, I want to watch how to understand new words. How do you know new words from this article? Look, please, at the whiteboard. Please read them. There are new words. Have you understood the words? Broadcast, charger, coverage, device, drop-down menu, glitch, network, plug, touchscreen, and wireless. And to see how you know these words, you will do the task on the world.net. Please take your smartphones, please. Follow the link. Follow the link, please. And please, let's begin. Are you ready? Follow the link.
That's good.
Hmm? So you do it personally in your phones. Please. Send your answers, and you see the badges. Now we see the results. Arman, Ruslan, Dasha, and Alimkhan are ready. 8 points. Madina, are you ready? Yes, right. Inna is ready. Sophia and Sophia. Dima. Well, Arman, ready? Arman is ready, yes. Так, Дима, София. Okay, not bad. Not bad. You've done. And now I want you to pass to the text. And let's see how you understood the article and discuss the theme of the article. You will do it with the help of Socratic seminar. Just a moment. So what should you do? How we'll do it? Each group will ask questions to another one about the selected text. For the first group, it is the first half of the text. For the second group, the second half of the text. Bless you. And I'll give you 2 minutes for preparing. 2 minutes for preparing the questions to each group. Well, let's begin. So the first group, your top. Yes, this one, your part. And your part in the second, from this one to the end. Okay. Well, 2 minutes. But at the same time, I want to give another task for 2 students. Well, you will do this part, find out the standalone words in the text and give the definition to them. Or major translate. And Dima. Dima and Inara work individually with the cards. Well, you may discuss your questions first in your groups. Yes. So are you ready? Yes, the first group is ready. Second, let's begin. Well, who will start? Let's begin with the first part of the text. So with the first group. Well, Madina, please, second group, listen to your questions and try to answer and explain your answers.
Sure. So the question is, how do you think what is the great fear for Generation Z?
You may repeat it again.
The greatest fear is not being able to find Wi-Fi signal. So
Okay, well. Do you satisfy with the answer?
Yes.
Okay. Now, next question. Well, Sophia.
when the people of Gen Z were born?
When?
Say from in 1995 to 2010. Yes.
Yeah. And Arman?
What's the last thing now? Generation
Who will answer? Juliana? Ruslan? Repeat the question, please.
Yes, they have positive sides.
Yeah.
For example, they can advance lots of new things. They can think of new technologies that can help the whole world.
The whole world. Okay, well, thank you. And Well, Alim Khan,
What
again, sorry? What?
generation?
Mm-hmm. Can you answer to this question? The technology? Mm-hmm.
So they are bright and they
And
Invented,
communicative, yes. Uh-huh. Okay. Do you? Well, first group, do you satisfied with the answers? Yes. Well, thank you. And please, second group, your questions to the first group. Mhm. Be very attentive.
the generations that have
Mhm.
a kind of exhibition.
Mhm.
So,
Please, Alim. Mhm. So, and what is the problem? Too much time and consequences? Huh? Well, So, that's all. Okay. Well, thank you. Next question.
also to obtain
Mhm.
the useful skills.
Useful skills. Okay. Try to answer with arguments or examples if you can. Mm-hmm.
The Generation Z were born with the usage, with the touch of the space. So most of us has used keyboard every day, smartphone, apps, so can easily
Hold. Okay. And Alim Khan, do you add something? No. Well, next question.
What does the older generation learn about?
Mm-hmm. Oldest generation. Again, please repeat it.
What does the older generation learn about?
One about. Беспокоиться. Mm-hmm. София.
Our generation worries about social problems and culture.
Ecology and what other problems they warned about?
Dogs. And time.
What about the health?
House.
Health.
Phones. Totally harm. Generation Z. Eyes. This is why, in my opinion, nowadays there are too many people who stress.
Okay, yes, right. You are. I agree with you. And something else? Not? Well, second group?
one of the generations like do they have some kinds of facilities in their time?
Possibilities.
Yeah.
Possibilities for what?
Possibilities for themselves, for growth, maybe for some kind of skills, communication.
With help of technologies.
Yeah.
Well?
Today a lot immense amount of information, I would say.
Yeah.
You can apply in different programs online, not even going somewhere to pass exams. So yes, I think we have a lot of opportunities.
Okay, well, thank you. Any questions? No questions. Well, thank you. Very good, not bad. And please, I want you to answer the question. Do you agree with the description of Gen Z? Why and why not? You have read the description from the text. And with what do you agree and why? And if not, also why? Please give your own opinion. Now, you've spoken about the facts from the article, but your own opinion. Mhm.
Yes.
Yes, Madina.
I agree with part of disagree because yes, most teenagers right now using smartphones for 7-8 hours a day, and that's terrible. But also, I would say that teenagers nowadays is pretty communicative, active. I would say.
Yes.
So yes.
And how do you think how teenagers are different from their parents? Do you think that they are different?
Actually, yes.
Of course.
Not the same community, I would say.
Well. Okay, well, thank you. Well, please, who else? Ruslan, what do you think about this question?
Same.
The same. Please, Dasha or Sophia, Liana, please.
I also agree with Tina. I relatively agree, but also probably disagree because these tags they have been talking only about like mostly negative aspects. But there's even a bigger brighter side, Gen Z. Like we're very ambitious, I think.
Yes, so more ambitious than
very eager to change the world.
Okay.
This impact.
Impact. Okay. And what about you? You've spoken about your generation in common. But what about you personally? What kind of generation, what kind of person you? Are you screenagers? How do you think? Of course you are screenagers. But can you speak about pros and cons of being Generation Z or screenagers? Если говорить в сравнении с родителями, со старшим поколением. So, pros and cons. Are there any pros and cons?
In pros, I can say that up to date.
Yes.
So we get a lot of new information, we share our new information. So this interchange is impacting.
And what about solving problems? Solving problems. For example, with problems maybe with health or with studying or problems with connecting with somebody.
I think it's very personal, like it depends on person's personality.
Yeah.
But not on the generation, I think.
Well, so can we say that solving problems, we can say that they are the same now, screenagers and their parents.
And you use the smartphones to check the information, compare, cite different opinions, find their own way to treat their health, or maybe find one really good at I don't know, influencer who like doctor shows how to treat yourself.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you very so much. And now let's pass to grammar. And first of all, to do some tasks, I want you to watch video about relative clauses, the grammar theme of our lesson. Please.
Relative clauses.
What?
A relative clause gives more information about someone or something. Relative clauses are useful to avoid repeating information. Take a look at these two sentences. The girl found my lost wallet. She returned it to me. We can use a relative clause to combine these clauses and avoid repeating ourselves. For example, the girl who found my lost wallet returned it to me. The relative clause who found my wallet provides more information about which girl it was. Here are another two sentences. We watched a movie last night. The movie was really interesting. Let's join them using a relative clause. We watched a movie last night that was really interesting. The relative clause "that was really interesting" provides more information about the movie. In both of these examples, the relative clause refers to a noun. In the first sentence, the relative clause refers to the girl. In the second, the relative clause refers to a movie. There are two kinds of relative clauses: defining and non-defining. Defining relative clauses give information that is necessary in order to understand who or what is being referred to. Non-defining relative clauses give extra information that is not necessary in order to understand who or what is being referred to. Here are two sentences. One contains a defining clause, that is, one that provides essential information, and the other contains a non-defining clause, that is, one that provides extra information that is not essential. Can you tell which is which? This sentence contains a non-defining clause. The relative clause, "who lives in China," is not necessary in order to understand who is being referred to. It simply provides extra information. Here is the main clause, and we can still understand the meaning if the non-defining relative clause is removed. Commas are used to separate a non-defining clause from the rest of the sentence. Parentheses can also be used. This sentence contains a defining clause. The relative clause, "who still need to finish their test," provides information that is necessary to identify the noun, students. Without the relative clause, it would be unclear which students are being referred to. Here is the main clause of the sentence. Unlike with non-defining relative clauses, commas are not used to separate a defining relative clause from the rest of the sentence. Relative clauses begin with a relative pronoun or a relative adverb.
Okay, and now let's pass to another task. And I want to know, do you understood what about, do you understood about relative clauses? So is it clear for you what is relative clause? And relative clauses can be defining and non-defining. Is it clear? Yes. Okay. Okay. Now look at the sentences and try to answer the questions. You see here sentences and the questions. First of all, read them, be very attentive, and pay attention to the words in red. So, the first question, Will. Which relative clauses are defining, giving us essential information about someone or something? Do they have commas? So, find out relative clauses defining from these sentences. Please, Sophia.
Okay, the sentences A.
Sentence A.
A, C, and
C and
D.
And D.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine. First of all, because they don't have a comma, and also it's important information.
Important, essential information. Okay. Second question: which relative clauses are non-defining and give us extra, non-essential, non-important information about someone or something? And do they have commas? Yes, Alimkhan.
B, first of all, Maxinsky was born in Canada.
Yes. Invented.
And D, she had prepared her exams because she had to. E, she had to go 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 the C, which is based in Europe and in Western because you can remove who was born in Canada.
Yes.
Can remove because she had no electricity, and you can remove which is based in Europe and
These parts of sentences we can remove. Okay, right. Yes, right, you are. Okay. Next, number 3 question. When do we use the relative pronoun which, and when do we use who? Oh, that's one.
Which we use with the subject, with a thing, and who we use with the person.
Who's the person? Yes, right, you are, of course. 4th question. When do we use whose, when, where, and why? Use these phrases. When we use whose. Whose for Madina? In what case?
Someone's object.
Someone's
Subject.
Subject means possessive case. In the possessive case, yes, okay. Then when? When do we use when? Yes. Where? For what? For place, yes, right, you are. And why? For reasons. For reasons. Yes, okay, right, you are. Well, next. Can we replace which with that in sentence A and C? Replace.
In my opinion, we can. Because the meaning of the sentence
Yes, because it is defining sentences, the essential. Okay, then 6. Can we replace which with that in sentences E and F? Sentence E and F. Can we? How do you think?
Suppose yes, is it's all without change the meaning.
We'll try to replace.
For example, touch screens as majors use all the time may be responsible for students gradually losing their ability to write. I suppose it's right.
It's right.
Maybe I'm not.
So another opinion? Who thinks another? Do you agree with Madina? Huh? Yes, right, you are. Okay, well, now I want you to do the next task. Also, we check how do you understand relative clauses, defining and non-defining, and do the task on Flickr's apps. So here, the questions. So I give you your Flickr card. It's Juliana, Sophia, Dima for you, Inara, well, Maxine, Sophia, Arifan, Tak, Islam, Atman, the Tasha, and Ruslan. So, please read the tasks and choose the variants. Choose the variant. And I scan your answers.